What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys day number 11 in my 10th annual 31 Days of Horror. This is a series in which we watch and review 31 horror films in 31 days, all during the month of October. And continuing along with our third of 6 companies that we're going to be tackling this month, we have the company of Kino Lorber. Now, Kino is a company that I'm not too familiar with. Like, I know that they've released a lot of stuff, but I really didn't start buying Kinos until fairly recently. I had placed a few orders. I actually just placed another order. They currently have a sale going on, so I basically ordered another batch of Kinos. But every time they have a sale, I'll pick up some horror titles. I probably have around, 30 or so currently, but I didn't really buy my first Kino until maybe a year ago, so I'm not super well versed in the Kino releases, but they do release a lot of cool stuff. They release a lot of Italian stuff. They have that Redemption line that they did that was really cool. There was a lot of Jean Rollin in there, or Jean Rollin. I don't know how to say his name, but I like his movies. I actually just ordered a couple of Rollin films this past week, so yeah, looking forward to those. Some Mario Bava stuff, just a lot of, classic horror films, Italian stuff, stuff from different countries, a lot of foreign releases, but also some classic American titles as well. They sort of touch a lot of different facets of releases, whereas I feel like, Scream Factory is a company that typically releases like classic Americana horror films for the most part, maybe some stuff from the UK, and you have companies like, Arrow that really seems to lean towards foreign things. Kino sort of touches on everything. But anyway, today's review is going to be a review. It's going to be a short one because these movies, these shorts are easy to spoil. But that is Trilogy of Terror from the year 1975, starring Karen Black in 4 roles, directed by the wonderful Dan Curtis. This is a TV movie, classic TV horror anthology, one of the best anthologies ever, one of the best TV horror movies ever. The list goes on and on. Highly respected film and Trilogy of Terror amongst the horror community, and I've always been a pretty big fan of it. Love anthologies. They just go by so quick. Even if they are, well, this one's actually only 72 minutes, but even if they're 90 minutes, they just cruise by with 3 to 5 segments. But Trilogy of Terror has 3, hence the title. And the first segment is Julie, that follows a college professor who is sort of reserved, played by Karen Black. She's very nice and shy, and there is a student who begins to notice her in a sexual way. He begins to develop a crush on her a bit, and he tries to convince her to go on a date with him. She eventually says yes, which was a little surprising, but she does go on the date. There on the date at the drive-in, he drugs her and takes pictures of her and essentially blackmails her into a sexual relationship. There is a comeuppance type ending, something that I didn't necessarily expect the first time that I seen it, but I was pleasantly happy with the outcome because the the college student is such a douchebag, and you sort of want him to get what's coming to him. So that is a really solid segment. It's my second favorite of the 3. The second segment is Millicent and Teresa, and this one follows 2 polar opposite sisters. It says here on the back that become increasingly hell-bent on undoing one another. One of the sisters talks to her therapist and explains, both sisters are played by Karen Black, by the way. One of the sisters explains to her therapist that her other sister, her twin sister, is a bad person and has had sexual relationships with their father. And eventually she decides to take it upon herself to do some voodoo type stuff to her sister and take the matters into her own hands. There is a twist ending in this one that I really didn't see coming. I thought it was a really cool ending, and this is the segment that I liked the least, but this time watching it, I really appreciated it more than I had in the past. Pretty cool segment there. And then the final segment is definitely the best segment. It's called Amalia, And this one follows a woman who acquires a Zuni fetish doll. That's what it's called. And it's basically this little like tribal doll. And it has this curse attached to it that if you remove this chain or this necklace or something, it comes to life and essentially is out for blood. And this thing torments her and chases her around and attacks her all through this apartment. Such a good segment. The Zuni fetish doll is absolutely incredibly designed. It's super creepy looking. It's just this scary with the huge teeth, and the stop motion looks incredible. And you really feel the terror of this chase sequence and the doll coming after the lead, and it's just very terrifying. And I remember even the first time I watched it, I was like, that's actually terrifying. If this was on TV and I saw this as a kid, I would be scared. But yeah, it's a very, very cool segment. I've always loved it. So cool that they actually even made a sequel to this segment in the second film, Trilogy of Terror 2. So that's very interesting. But anyway, man, that is basically the three shorts. They're shorter reviews because you can't really say much without spoiling the endings of all of them. Oh, the ending of the Zuni fetish doll segment, super creepy, super creepy. But I go ahead and give Trilogy of Terror a 8.5 out of 10. Always been a very, very solid watch, and Anthology just cruised by, man. This one's only 72 minutes, and it just murders by just so fast. Even if it was 90 minutes, you know, anthologies do tend to go faster for some reason, because I guess it's sort of like the YouTube effect, where it's like shorter videos that are easy to consume. So yeah, Trilogy of Terror, awesome. Love anthologies. Watching this really made me want to just go watch a bunch of anthologies. So with that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow with day number 12. So peace out.